Hee-haw.
Episode number 32.
Okay.
Right.
As per usual, technical difficulties. Blame me carpal tunnel.
Don't worry. We just had a minor interruption. Right? So
Yeah.
we back at it again.
Okay.
This evening, ladies, we have a treat for
We
you.
have Shah Rukh Khan straight off the plane.
Yeah, nah. The man sharp.
Straight off the
Given
boat.
that.
They say straight off the boat.
Straight what I say straight off the boat?
Yeah,
off
I
the
mean, you
boat.
had to be true to your ancestors. Straight off the boat.
From the Fatal Rozak. Straight off the Fatal.
Yeah.
All right.
We have Aladdin fresh.
It's a whole new world.
So yeah, exactly. We got fun for all the ladies. So if ladies, if you not into this guy, I don't know.
I don't know what the hell to
think-
it.
yeah.
But we look for Shrek or something.
Yeah.
Switch it up on
Yeah.
them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe they like ugly, man.
Yeah, we have the reincarnation of Bastille Pandey. That's
Hey, I'll
Yeah.
take that, you know.
we
That
have
man
the-
is a legend.
yes, we have the Black Fox.
Introduce yourself now, brother.
Introduce yourself.
All right, everyone. So, well, fellas, thanks for having me first and foremost.
No, sir.
But I am Suvi Ramsuk. You know, when it comes to introducing yourself, what you could really say, right? I ain't gonna tell you about all my accomplishments, but firstly, what I like to introduce myself as is a young enthusiast, a born dream achiever, right? So I want you make that when you hear of it, what you think.
Alright.
You understand? Simply anything put before me, I believe I could conquer it, and my mission in life is to show each and every person that I could do it now.
Okay.
You understand? So that's my mission here today.
Are you by chance an influencer? Would you consider? Because I realize all the TikTok people is be like, nah, he's not influencer.
No, but 100% I'll say no. Let me tell you the difference why.
Okay.
Right? While we could break it down and say, what is an influencer? I believe I do have influence, but I don't go along the lines of influencers because you can't buy me. You understand?
Okay,
You go to my page, and if you see any and everybody that I've worked with, is only a handful. And those handfuls are not jobs. That's what you call collaborations and partnerships. People that I authentically believe in and their brand, which I support and which I also use.
Okay. So
You
you win.
understand?
So you win. No crap. I don't want to say. So you when you use this,
So in the sport
and
of
be like,
in- so in the sport of what the act of influencing, you basically align with things and brands that that represent you best.
Yeah. And
Alright.
also, I mean, if you come with something that I believe that I could use in my life, that I could also showcase through my lifestyle,
Yeah.
and it goes along me and my brand, fine.
added
But it's
value.
something that I'm going to attach to for a long time and not just a one-off. Because again, you can't buy me. And even though the price might be right, I don't believe in that. Because the price could be right 10 times, but to the viewers who view you and they have loyalty to you as a content creator, if you just try and sell them any and everything, you and your value and your word, it technically starts to go down the drain. They just start to see it as, oh, he get paid to do that. You understand?
damn.
And then what's my word to you at the end of the day?
So you lose integrity in front of your
Yeah,
customer.
and I'm not about that at all.
So you have a soul.
Nah, definitely, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so speaking on the influencing side,
Yeah.
all right, off the top of your head, I don't really want you to name anybody particularly because
Yeah.
we don't want to get any shit with this. But explain it to the layman who doesn't have an understanding of what influencing and the culture and media, social media for that matter, how it actually works. From you just have a phone in your hand to people actually coming one day to you and saying, hey, I want you to endorse this product. You know, that process, how that does actually go.
So if all you don't mind, I'll give you a little backstory.
By all means.
Right? So let's think about COVID time. People was home. What they have to do? They're on their phone, watch your TV. Because plenty of people get laid off their jobs. It had curfew. You can't do anything. So me now,
That's true.
I'm somebody, I like to express myself, right? I have a background as a model.
Right.
Now, being a model, all you get to do is do still imagery and all of these different things. From there now, what you choose to do is like, you could now say you're going on to do campaigns and commercials and all these different things. But then it's also a limitation because I want to express more. You
Understood.
understand? So when lockdown come and I was like, dude, I bored. What are you gonna do? I just started to record people around me, start to make jokes, start to make fun. Any idea that came to my head, I just started to record it. Now I had one friend who used to see it and used to be like, bro, why you don't post it on TikTok? because I used to just post it on my Instagram story. I didn't really care about it. I used to just have my own fun.
Yeah.
You understand? So then I started to do that. And from doing that now, I realized that people actually responded to it. I was like, what wrong with all the boy? This boring thing all actually responding to.
So
I
it's
put no effort.
2019.
No, I'll say like 2020.
2020.
Yeah, 2020.
Okay.
Right? So when I now started to do that, and I started to post it, and let's say I left the first 2 videos or so that I posted.
Right.
And I see it start to gather like 20,000 views, 40,000 views. And I was like, 40,000
Bullshit.
views? You know what I'm saying?
No, it could be no.
Oh, you see the videos?
I went through the damn things.
You see the
Yeah,
I
legit.
you know me, I don't be
Yeah.
on social media like
Right?
that.
Nah, you know we don't really like the. We just get jacket.
Yeah.
I want a very fly jacket. By the way.
It's cool inside it as well.
Yeah.
So he has a lot of social media influence, if you don't mind
No,
me using
fine,
that
this is
word.
fine.
Right, a lot of followers and a lot of insight because it's like millions of likes though. So yeah, in Trinidad and Tobago.
in 2 years? You're shaking your ass by chance?
Actually, I won't lie to you. Sometimes you just have to, but it's not in a derogatory way.
literally shaking your
I
ass?
mean,
or?
as a man, at the end of the day, I could dance. I wouldn't say I can't dance. We all Trini, we have a little bone in my body that could
Yeah,
shake it.
yeah.
So
I'm not talking about that. I'm
Nah,
talking about twerking.
nah.
Like,
So you're talking about sexually degrading yourself.
yeah.
I look, think-
It's not degrading if
Nah.
they want it.
True.
If that was a demand.
It's also not degrading if they're paying well because it's a job.
Alright,
you know,
I
I
guess.
could look at it that way, right?
Yeah.
But you know, as a content creator, which I considered myself at that point in time, what I chose to do is just continue to produce content over and over, and I just started finding joy in it. Coming out of COVID now, I was like, I reached 50K on TikTok. That's following.
That's in what, a year or two
Less.
or less.
Yeah,
Alright,
less,
cool.
right? And then it grew to 100K. When I reached 100K, I remember seeing people used to post and be like, oh, I reached 20K, it's a big deal. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh, my Instagram is like still 10K. Because to me, I know how hard I tried to grow my Instagram from flying all over the country, posting every kind of content I could. And here on TikTok, it just started blowing up for no reason. 100K overnight.
When you say flying over, you're not talking about here.
Nah,
No,
you're
no,
talking
no.
about America.
Yeah, because it's like flying over. How many
Yeah,
airport
yeah.
you have, boy?
No. Well, yeah, flying out
Oh,
of the
this-
country,
yeah,
sorry,
yeah.
you know? So, from just doing that and you're coming out of COVID, I just see random people start to message me and stuff. Hey, I have a business. Do you mind, sharing it on your story? Do you mind making a video for it? Would you charge me? How much would you charge me? So now I start to understand, okay, this is where they see my reach. And because of where they believe my reach is at, they want to use my reach to now get their brand that
Leverage,
audience,
to leverage
you know,
off it, yeah.
to get that exposure. So I was like, okay, fine. And in the beginning, big corporate brands came to me. So
Okay.
that's where I started to put the respect on myself.
Okay.
If you know what I'm saying. It wasn't the Tom, Dick, and Harry from the market.
Yeah,
I could
yeah.
call brands.
You could call
You can
whatever
call
brand
it
you
what to call
want.
it. I just
No,
saying.
and it's open because I have good partnerships with them.
Understood.
Right?
Run out.
Angostura.
now.
If you want,
Yeah.
if you want
Right.
to wear the jersey here, all
You
kind
know,
of thing.
Angostura,
Yeah.
Oasis, and these are like big deals,
Big
like
deals, yeah.
contracts,
Yeah.
six
This
month
is like
contracts,
co-
year long
corporate.
contracts. You know what I'm saying? And then even
So how come like as a layman, how come I didn't see you on billboards and I just don't know?
yes,
We just probably didn't see it.
you've been to Price Plaza, right?
You're right.
You see all those detail billboards.
Shit.
Oh, shit,
You
that's
want
you.
to lay here, right?
That's him,
That's why I
man.
see. We must say you look familiar. They're right. Okay.
So to answer
okay.
your question, when you say, how come I don't? You remember when you came in here and you was like, I know your
New
face.
face.
Yeah.
And it's like, what you? And I was
Yeah.
like, when you
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Thing, right? And now,
Okay.
as I
Yeah,
said,
yeah,
yeah. And now I literally.
Yeah,
you
but
know,
I'm not the kind of guy to be like, hey, let me tell you why you know me. You know? I'm like, you'll figure it out on your
That'd be
own.
fun. Okay.
You know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's mostly it
All
right
Makes
there.
sense.
All right, so getting into the duality of that's yours. You
Nice.
can fix up. Okay, let's
What we usually do if it's like crappy guests where we just drink
Come
it in
on,
front
come
here
on,
and give you nothing.
We know black coffee is the real way to go, man.
yeah.
Sisters,
Gerard?
ladies, nah, black coffee.
Yeah, so we're
So
going
we
into
like that.
the duality of why you could consider yourself to be like a local celebrity because I mean there are not many people who corporate interests will align themselves with on social media because you represent something more as what we would call the average Trini. So that duality where off of the screen, in reality, who is the personality?
An introvert.
I introvert.
An introvert that likes to not even sit down on the couch, but sit down on the floor and watch TV whole night.
With like friends or just
No
or
friends.
just
Mas
By
introvert.
myself.
nah. Some people just or with your
No.
girl.
No,
Yeah.
by myself. You know, even like to reply to a text message is sometimes tough for me. Even
Good,
to have
good.
a conversation is tough for me. It drains my energy.
Good
But
stuff.
I also have a flip side. Decide when you go out there, which is like you have an introverted personality where you also have that extroverted inner feeling, right? And the only thing that gets it out is like something inside you is just triggered. But I feel it comes from wanting attention. And now that could be a good thing and a bad thing, but it depends on how you use it, right?
Okay.
Because let me tell you, I believe that anybody that posts anything on social media is for attention.
That's the premise of
Somehow
it.
or the
Yeah,
other,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
If anybody tried to say they're not doing it for attention, come on, who you trying to fool? Because if you really weren't doing it for attention, it was good enough in your gallery.
No, I've had conversations with many women
Oh,
about the reason why they.
you see how we just went left.
Yeah, we always had to take a little detour, right?
See what they did there.
Yeah.
I've spoken to many women, interview style, coming on the show. I mean, 30-something shows is not much to talk about, but we have spoken to people. And their reasoning or rationale for social media was always the inverse of what you just said. It's because that makes me feel good. But it didn't really identify that it's the attention or the way it's called by the
Validation.
validation that they get on social media does actually make them addicted to continue going or motivated to continue going. But there's something that it was very refreshing there you point out that.
Yeah, because I have also been in that delusion, you know, and I say, no, it's not for anybody else, it's for me. While it does have a part of me that does it for me in terms of the content creator, the actor in me trying to watch my good work, but who evaluates if my work is good? I could pat myself on the
Busy
back
people.
24/7 and say, good job.
Busy people.
But no Steven Spielberg or no big director is going to say, hey, good job.
I've seen him in that thing on his phone.
You know? So it's like, I need that validation to know if I'm on the correct path.
It's
You
sort of like a
understand?
litmus test for
Yeah.
your career.
100%.
Litmus.
Because who gets to determine if you should be endorsing a product? Not the same viewers?
Of course, that's the end user.
Exactly. I could come and tell you, hey, let me tell you why I should endorse your product. I could come and tell you that. But if you don't have that same feeling about me, then at the end of the day, you're not going to want me to sell your product. You, as the viewer, have to feel like, you know what? You got to give Jackie jacket. He deserves it because I also feel that way about him.
Is one of the brands that you do also White Oak?
I did at a point in time.
Right, okay. Now
Yeah.
see the face. And my exact thought was more, I don't know how there's targets in terms of when they model it, right? Like who they picked to model. Because that one I was like, when I go to bars, it's not really Indians. Indians not really drinking White Oak like that anymore. Like me and this girl was sitting down drinking and she was like, hey, I don't know why White Oak doing all these flavors. Why think had happened? And she had to write that. It was the funniest thing ever. I had to give Megan, big ups to you. We had to write a letter to White Oak. Like, we just stay with the classic shit. Stop trying to.
The flavors.
Yeah, this flavors thing. I put my flavor. I custom.
Touch yourself for that.
And then I just realized on all levels, I seen about White Oak. When I hear you drinking White Oak, but now a lot of it's like became like a black thing. I don't know. Or punching became a black thing, and Indians started to drink. It's like a next kind of liquor. I don't know if they went to Scotch or something. I don't know when the transition happened.
Beats me.
So, because that's why I'm asking. So, why specifically, if the target audience, or I guess you wouldn't know, but the target audience, we people was drinking it or consuming it, but then you get picked because you are not, I want to say, you're Douglas or predominant.
No. I'm Indian. Come on. Yeah.
Indo-Trinidadian.
Right.
So, the brands that I think Indo-Trinidadians were more consumed, I don't know if they drink, probably they doing it in South and we was like in North. Well, how it seemed though, it seemed like, how come the brother good looking or whatever, and I gone for the man, but I'm not going to drink it based that he drinking it. I go and drink it because we just accustomed to drinking punching, White Oak, whatever. And so what was the selection process like? It was because...
Honestly, it comes down to what they need to sell, right? What they need to sell. And another one that I was attached to from the early stages is Fernandez Black Label Rum,
That's interesting.
right?
Yeah.
Because they also wanted to push alongside an image. You understand? Where it's a bit classier.
That's remember I just said they like went to Scotch.
Yeah.
I remember seeing that.
Alright,
It was a thing
okay.
that was
Right.
going.
So it's okay.
And that's why I started to align there for a bit.
Right.
But also under my contract would have been like White Oak and all these different things because it's a package deal.
Angostura Fernandez.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Okay,
You
all right.
understand?
So as young men, as men, we always the show actually is a dual purpose. The show is, but the more important purpose is always to enlighten young men to find that particular spark that is actually make you successful versus a bag of deferred dreams. So yeah, that's
No. The man telling it straight because I could relate to exactly what you're saying. I can't wait to answer it, but go
yeah,
ahead.
right. In many times there's a fear of putting your product out there to be judged for the society to grill you. All right. And you just alluded to this is the only way you will know if you're getting better. You know, and starting out as a model, somebody with an aspiration to be wherever your goals are, I know they're lofty. What was that factor that pushed you to say, you know what, shit that I pay my shit out there?
So it even started like this, right? People don't know this, but I'm a certified commercial diver. You remember those divers that died in Paria? I used to
Yeah.
do that job for like 2 years, right?
We get into that, don't worry.
Right?
Yeah.
And just from doing that there, I joined the gym and all of these things. But prior to that, I was a professional cricketer, represented the zone, reserves, etc.
Serious?
Yeah, so going up the ranks, you wanted to be a professional cricketer, you finish school, what's next?
Right.
I don't want to go into office, I can't sit 9 to 5, I can't do that basic thing. Commercial diving, underwater welding, boom. I do that for a bit.
Shit.
Now, I was in a gym working out at this point in time, getting your body fit for the diving because it's
Of
really
course,
tough,
yeah.
right?
It's grueling.
But then it had some guys in the gym who were like into modeling and stuff like that, and it was like, hey, they're looking for new faces, whatever, and they believe you'll be a good look.
Right.
Now, prior to that, when I was like about 13 years old, 14 years old, I had this aunt who used to be like, Suvir, you must go and do a little portfolio and send it to these agencies and thing. You'll do a little good, you'll get little jobs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Me,
Yeah.
modeling. Who want to do that? Not that kind of,
Yeah.
straight talk. That's how I used to view it.
Right.
So now, when I was in the gym and I got this opportunity, what I chose to do is like, let me just do it. Reason being is like, I had a photo shoot lined up with a photographer, and I was like, I'm working out in the gym for me, right? Right? Because you're challenging yourself, you're going on a diet, and you're doing all of these things. But why not try and capture the moment and have it as a keepsake? So I did the photo shoot. I remember first doing the photo shoot, and I came back and I showed my mom. Meanwhile, my dad didn't know at all, right?
Okay.
So she was like, good, it look good and thing, but why are they being in your underwear?
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah, that's conservative parenting.
Yeah.
Oh,
She was like,
yeah.
it looked good,
Yeah.
but why are they being in your underwear, right? She was like, I mean, I look at it and stuff like that and it look good, but just as my son, I still look at it and, I just think that, you don't find there's too much being shown? I was like, no. Because I was comfortable in the process. I wasn't forced to do anything. I decided what I wanted to do. So my dad didn't even see those things as yet. And fast forward 3 weeks now, some of the shots I used and I sent it for Detour. And they had their graduation thing coming up.
Okay.
And I was selected. So I was nervous to tell my dad. I was like, Dad, Detour have this photo shoot coming up and they want me to be one of the faces and stuff like that. But he could have tell I was nervous because he asked me after. He was like, I know I could have tell you he was nervous the way how he was holding your hand and all of these things. But
the cues.
yeah, you have to remember that coming from a conservative background, where your father is an intellect, right? What he know about modeling and all of these things, and your son out there in underwear.
You're talking to two people. I didn't grow up in a nuclear house. So
Yeah.
You didn't grow up in a... We don't know about these things.
No, but let me tell you something also. I grew up in a single parent home, but my father did show us.
He wasn't absent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So it was mother on the side, father on that side.
But they always
Yeah.
were.
Yeah, it's like, come on, only divorce and only still getting together to quarrel about me.
Alright,
Good, let me do my shit by my mom and let me get away with it. She'll still call my father and be like, this is what he doing.
And then you just kind of come over expecting,
pressure.
That's a healthy.
I guess,
It was,
co-parenting.
it was,
Co-parenting.
and I was appreciative on looking back at it.
Yeah.
Like how we pulled through, and it's like me, like come every evening, he mightn't talk to my mom, but come and did schoolwork
Discipline.
with me.
So you was
understand?
teaching a discipline. And
Yeah,
all
right
about it.
right through. And when I reflect on it, I've seen how much of a progress I've made as a man simply because of that.
Wow.
So in many ways, that little spark that we're looking for does actually be something that's handed down nature, the same argument, right? It's in there, in you, but the environment had to be created to foster that.
100%.
Because I look at a lot of young people with a burden to perform, right? They don't necessarily have the support, but they might have the talent. I come from the ghetto.
All right.
And there were numerous young men who could have probably been in England, top flight football, Spain, flying their careers very high. Talent down the line. But for some strange reason, they got involved in things that really was against them having to perform and show their eliteness because it was scary. So I think that passage of bravery does come from seeing a man struggle against the world and still come out on top.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of like seeing that, and you could probably do it yourself through living vicariously through that, your father.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think we don't have that much male role models in society. All right. So I don't even like using the word role model anymore because that kind of implying that you had to be exactly the way that man was.
Right.
Right. And there's often say don't meet your heroes because they will disappoint you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, boy.
So, as somebody who's stepping into the further 21st century, how do you see yourself as impacting younger men coming from your background, your generation, and after you? How do you see yourself impacting them?
So it all started in 2018 when I did my first international pageant. Right?
Of meal.
Was he
pageant.
the
Yeah,
name of
yeah.
that?
Mr. Supranational. You might hear about it now, but let me go on Google who's the first guy.
You was
right? Simple, yeah. I'm not going to talk about it like that.
I won't put that in
But
the
let me tell you
pile.
straight. Atalia Samuel, former Miss World, she came straight to me and she's like, Suvir, let me tell you something. This is suited for a man like you.
right.
Right? Nobody here in Trinidad could do this. This is suited for a guy like you. If you think you might want to do it, I have the franchise and I'm willing to send you.
Miss Wool from...
Atalia Samuel. You know Atalia Samuel?
Well, we really not into it like that, but listen, you call names and
Yeah.
enlighten us as we go
We'll
along.
Google them.
No,
Yeah.
but I mean, she's somebody who've done Trinidad proud, you know, so you'll definitely know her. Especially in the pageant realm, everyone should know who she is, etc.
Okay, like 2016, 17.
Yeah, one of the earlier.
The
you know,
red girl.
She's a dark one.
Oh.
No. You're talking about one who's currently reigning. I'm
Oh.
talking about one who's matured and who's been there, done that.
Okay.
You understand? Somebody
Now,
who's
that'll
been
be
in
before-
in the industry a long while, maybe 15 years plus.
So this is the pageant industry in Trinidad.
Yeah.
We're speaking about here, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah.
So I did my first thing, which is called Mr. Supranational. Went, didn't have any support in terms of, you know, even the people, financial, etc. Just me, my family, whoever I convinced this is what I want to do. But I also had an ulterior motive. The ulterior motive was it was set in Poland, but my thing was as a model, I want to get to the UK and London. Right? Was my ticket there?
Hold
The
on.
ticket lining up. So I didn't have a major plan to just go and do this pageant. It had a bigger picture.
Right.
Right? Now, this is all setting up to talk about male role models and stuff like that. So, in the beginning, it was all about breaking that stereotype about being a man and what it is to be a man, toxic masculinity,
Right,
and
right,
all of these different things.
Don't
right?
say that too loud, you know.
No, but you know, like,
Yeah.
what we like to do is redefine the meaning of what it means to be a man.
A man.
And it doesn't have a true definition because it's different for everyone.
Exactly.
I can't put a definition there and mean that it must go like that for everybody. Right? But we all know what is expected, but we also know what is societal norms.
Exactly.
Right? So from that and the stereotypes there, I just wanted to show people, listen, regardless of what you all think, I'm going to show you I could do it. No matter if people think I'm gay, bi, this, etc. Because at the end of the day, you're on a stage with like 40 men from around the world. You understand? You're competing, you're sharing bedrooms, all of these different things. And I'm showing you through my social media as well.
Oh, yeah.
You understand?
Documenting this.
That's an interesting process, though, because you will often see females in a pageant setting or environment, and you don't really get an idea of how much pressure
No.
that really is.
Hey,
It's pressure.
the last time thing, and I don't want to put you on this spot. The last thing I remember with social media and female pageant was the scene with the Miss Japan, and that was it. Yeah.
The last thing I remember
that's the
with
last thing I
pageantry
remember
was the
with
Venezuelan lady down here.
Yeah.
And that was
Everybody cool.
everybody cool and
And yeah, scene. I
I
was
was like,
like,
why
I was
is it
like
making
my
allegations?
20s. You are a teenager then. You know what I don't want?
I don't feel so.
Good stuff. Don't Google it.
oh, that's
Yeah.
what he was.
We was
That was
we was
a
early
while
20s.
ago.
So if you like late 20s, now
Yeah,
you'd
yeah.
be late teens.
You wanna be in your teens,
I
yeah.
wouldn't even be thinking about that.
Nah, yeah.
Don't put it. Nah,
Right. But-
Google it when you go.
When you say you in a room and this experience, you leave Trinidad, no support to begin with.
Nah, nah.
Right? Because everybody watching, like, what the hell is that?
Yeah.
You reach across the Poland, you're actually seeing men who have support.
Yeah.
Men who probably sign on with big
Men who come with
houses.
6 suitcase.
Men
you come
who-
with your travel.
Men who
travel
get the
on, you know?
government support,
Yeah.
the government
Yeah.
thing.
Or even fashion houses.
Yeah.
houses.
Have
Men
men.
bling out.
And or you come here with like the detour clothes, you come with the,
Well, I
the
was
detour
able to
kits.
get a suit at that time, not even a couple.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
You gotta,
I mean, coming from Trinidad, we're going to have limited resources, but
Yeah.
I think it's mismanaged.
Oh,
right?
God.
But at the end of the day, you reach to a situation where you have Goliaths to contend with and still having the ability to compete. Walk us through that. Walk us through what it was to sit down in an environment with other dominant males.
and then what would be the scene? It had a person from India, a person from Pakistan, a person from Sri Lanka.
Yeah.
So how they be like, okay, this is Trinidadian, but then you would probably look similar.
So that's,
ethnically.
that's one of
Yeah.
the things you have to take into consideration. And this is why I say for Trinidad and Tobago to win a pageant, even with females, is going to be very difficult. You understand? Because the first question that you will always ask yourself as a businessman, if you, the businessman, were to let this Trinidadian win, what could Trinidad and Tobago do for your brand?
For your brand. Yeah.
Oh, which is why we got Miss Venezuela winning right through, because that will stink.
I
Yeah.
understand the correlation in the
Yeah.
business, the behind the scenes.
Come on, it's a business. And,
Yeah.
and that's why I could respect that. So I'm going to take you back to my first pattern because I did 2. Right? That one I didn't even place in the top 20.
What
Right.
was the name of that? Was the name of
That
that
was
pageant?
Mr. Supernational.
That was
Now,
the one you won was Mr. Supernatural.
No, the one I placed first runner up was Mr. Grand International.
Grand International. Okay.
Right? So at that one, first experience, men from all around the world, all of these different things. First thing is language barrier.
Yeah.
Who dominates pageantry? Latinos.
Oh, I did not know this.
In terms of men?
Both.
Okay.
Both men and women.
Think about it. Call it. In terms of Miss Universe, when you hear Puerto Rico, Venezuela, Colombia, Nicaragua.
Why you say it with such disdain?
Is he Latin? The Latin fever.
Colombia.
No, but you know, it's true.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So it's like you could count your top 20 on your hands without even seeing them beforehand.
Wow.
But in my year, India came out different. When I went to his Instagram at that point in time, 2018, my boy was verified 200K plus.
Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram.
2015.
As a
2018.
2018, yeah.
As a major accomplishment.
Right?
No, but India's billions of people. Like, that
yeah.
might be easier
Yeah.
for him.
No, well, you see, that's why I disagree. Because it's harder to stand out amongst all those Indians.
That means you had to be greater.
Come on.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
You have 20 of you, and you still have to be the best out of the 20 of you.
I see this with this cricketer, Rohit
Rohit Sharma.
Sharma.
So how
He's a exceptional cricketer, and it is look like he just literally a little bit above them. But bring this man to Trinidad,
you
problems.
get food eat?
No, he will eat food.
You eat people food.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everything, dessert, everything.
Yeah.
We could even bring the lowest caliber from India and they still eat the food.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So yeah,
All right. So in the pageantry, because is I can say Mr. You would be the Indian is what would it be?
Mr. India.
Mr. India. And then you being India, Indo-Trinidadian. When he see you for the first time, because I'm not sure if what he would know on this side or what you would, well, obviously you would be seeing, expecting Indians, but he would be Trinidad. You sure you Trinidad? Like you watch it?
Because they know about India, we don't think about India in terms of states. We think about India as a whole.
Yeah.
He would say which state your ancestors from.
like
Okay.
Africa, like Africa.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
You know, so it'll be like Jaipur, Delhi,
Okay.
you know, North India, South India, breaking it down like
And
that.
you could tell him that, or
Yeah, I could.
Oh, okay.
Because I mean, you have to know about yourself a bit too, and you do that own research. But also, if you're pure Indian here in Trinidad and Tobago, indentureship used to say that the majority came from South India, Uttar Pradesh, and that's where we came on the boat. We were sold a dream, and that's where we came on the boat, right?
Indentureship, right?
And well, further on, I went to do my own research in terms of where's that place you have to go to, National History or something like
The
that.
museum,
Yeah, but the one where you had to go and check the books and see about.
in Port Hasbin.
Yeah.
They remodeled it recently.
It close to when we went to
Right,
school.
so I went and checked and like did the thing with my grandfather and where he came from and all of these.
It's like the local 23
great-great-grandfather
and me.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I went and I did that and stuff like that. So when you had that conversation with him and stuff like that, the thing about it is you could understand why this guy was getting up to be a winner because he was also intelligent. Aside from the following and who he was and all these things, he was intelligent. I watched him every single day, morning, evening,
And how he operates.
Boy, let me tell you, come out in the morning, you have a jacket and a bag, shoes, and he had into rehearsal. Me, I just throw on our tracks and I ready to go.
He take it serious, but yeah.
First thing in the morning, he'll do, post a photo, letting everybody know, hey, off the rehearsals. Right?
It's ethic.
Do
yeah.
so after rehearsals, change the jacket, change the t-shirt, breakfast. Me, straight from rehearsals, breakfast.
Yo, that's a lot more than I
Right?
expected.
And I
Because you
watch this
already
man.
have your... And as you watch it, like, you have it as... All of us have it. Island mindset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We coming from a colony in England
Yeah.
where we just like, whatever.
Yeah.
Makes
Okay.
sense.
The day of the show is when you had to perform.
Yeah.
This brother know how he's setting it up right through because I'm going to tell you, it's not just about the day alone on the stage. But
Right.
these directors want to know, what does this guy bring? What is it about his personality? What is it about who he is that we could attach to our brand? But it's how he's marketing himself.
It's an entire product you
Yes.
pushing forward.
So when I looked at that by day 5 and let's say it's about 9 days that we had to be there, the
Experience.
duration, I was like, bro, you're gonna win this thing, He's like, bro, don't say that, man. He's like, you have a good chance.
He won it?
Oh yeah.
Mr.
Hands
India.
down.
He was the best. Yeah.
When you pull it up and stuff like that, you'll be like, alright, I could understand why. But meanwhile, 6'2", body ripped,
Of
big.
course.
Oh,
It have
yeah,
a
so it's not
basic,
just-
a base criteria.
Yeah.
Okay.
Before
I
you
was
go to
the
that
skinny Indian in that shit.
So,
You know?
but you wasn't as jacked
Nah.
as you are now. Okay.
Okay,
You
okay.
So that's why fast forward to 2020 now, right? Or whenever 2021, when somebody else came to me with this next pageant, and it was like, you had the experience and you grew from it, and you would have known what to expect and all these things. And also prior to that, Guyana was starting to develop their own meals. So Guyana actually recruited me to train their guys over Zoom.
They want meals.
Yeah.
What do you say? Meals. Meals.
No.
Oh, meals.
Yeah,
okay.
meals.
You understand?
Okay.
So I used to do training with them in terms of pageantry, what it is to be a mister, the walking, all of these things. And that's just based on my experience in 2018. So now when I got this opportunity to do this new pageant, I was like, all right, you know what? I've learned from what I did, but also I'm going to copy what that guy did. What
In terms
Mr.
of the
India did.
the discipline.
And everything that came with it.
His work ethic, yeah.
Work
yeah.
ethic.
You and him still in contact? Or?
Yeah. We message each other from now,
I can imagine
time to
his
time and
schedule.
stuff like that.
Tell him come across for the carnival.
Nah,
Inanda.
he's one of them that'll take real long to reply to tell you how,
Yeah, you might be. Yeah.
No, like, I understand it. I completely get it. Like, at that level, you're so you're so flooded or inserted into what you really have to do. You're so sure about what you have to do that there's no room for anything other than laser focus.
They have a mission.
Yeah.
My mission at that point in time was just to be there.
Oh, I ain't Poland. I ain't Poland.
I really
Irish
been
fan.
England.
Yeah, I will try to win, but I was never trained. I was never, we don't have that instilled in us. Do you know half of those young girls that you see now becoming Miss Venezuela and stuff like that? They start from children, right?
Yeah.
I would imagine.
And that instilled into them. That's when they see them crying on stage. It's not that they're
their
crying
whole
because
life.
of the night.
The work.
It's because of the years they put in there,
Olympics, remember when it was in China or whatever, them was doing gymnastics. They get selected from a child, like talking about baby.
I believe that.
Figure out your flexibility a little bit better than yours.
Yeah.
Send you That's why there was
They systemize
no,
winning.
because when you lose, when you win, the family get through. When
Yeah.
you lose,
You're back out.
back to the
the gutter.
gutter where you belong.
Yeah.
That's so in different years. Like when you win, take a stadium now.
Yeah.
No, yeah. All right, so it's like the same. We complain, we hear man who every year or every 4 years why we can't get to make it to the World Cup. From looking at systemized winning and looking at people, all the professionals and them who's come back to Trinidad and say, hey, well, I went and do this across the. One little thing that's missing is systemized winning.
Yeah.
You know?
So no, system, because work ethic is a hell of a thing. It's
But
a
yeah, they
hell of a
established
thing.
that from
No,
a,
but the work ethic, they have to do it in the system.
Yes.
They're forced.
Yeah.
But in Trinidad, we don't have the system.
You're like,
You understand?
our line today, remember, it was cricket. I think it was T20 last year. When
oh gosh, boy.
we so night riders, we was up. We was like, all right, cool. Everybody, they post the video. No practice tomorrow. F this thing, bottles. And that was the moment I know we're not gonna win this tournament.
So
You know, remember what happened, right? We get washed after this Guyana win
we Ghana win the final.
because the Ghanaians like we not letting these trainings win home.
No, but it's not just that. But Guyanese mission
Is to win.
throughout systematically is to try and win that. But look how long they failed. Trinidad eating that food all the time.
Thank you.
But look who was eating the
Complacency.
food: the Pollards, the Narines, the Bravos, right? The Purans.
Who was playing on
Where
a
their real
world
money
stage.
coming from?
India.
CPL.
Yeah.
on the world. They was
Come
playing on
on.
the world stage long
CPL
time.
is pocket change for them brothers.
It's true. So they're playing here.
You understand?
So
Yeah. There's
Not
a
to say they're not taking
celebration.
it serious, but at the end of the day, IPL money
yeah.
is not CPL money.
Come on, dog.
I understand.
buddy.
Like, let me get real.
Whoever come up with the idea for that was a genius. But anyway.
So
yeah.
we're gonna segue a little bit into the culture, right?
Yeah.
You, I'm assuming, are a carnival individual. You participate in carnival because you're part of the arts and entertainment culture.
No, I just do it because I like the girls on the road. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Do it for the bitches.
I do it. Hey,
Because look,
he said it. I didn't say
I
it.
don't go no fets, right?
Yeah.
But you see them 2 days in the year,
Monday and Tuesday.
Monday and
Which one
Tuesday.
you want more? Monday or Tuesday?
all right, so the Monday evening
Okay.
and the Tuesday evening.
Tuesday evening.
Yeah.
Not Tuesday
Like-
morning.
That
Can I
Slap.
hot sun and them feathers there you can't get through.
yeah.
That making sense?
It's annoying.
That's the pretty part of the show, but the Monday evening is get on bad.
Okay.
I never play carnival, so
Really?
never play carnival.
Nah, man, you're missing
No,
out.
Never play carnival.
It's probably his personality because
Never.
he had
I'm
the
a-
opportunity to play numerous occasions. and-
Introvert like that.
No, but let me tell you something, Carnival is something where you feel a level of freeness. You see, like a fete is a timed freeness. Carnival is a 3 days because we let me count from the beginning before the Monday even start to the ending Ash Wednesday. You understand? It's an unlimited freeness.
I see
And
what it is.
it's not a public holiday, but it's a public holiday.
It's a public holiday.
But
Come
somehow,
on.
right, we've been blessed and cursed. Gentlemen, let me tell you why I think we're blessed and cursed. Carnival is in itself a season of revelry and enjoyment. We seem to drop our guards and let enjoyment take center stage, right? Where we be release inhibitions and become carefree and we having a good time.
Farewell to flesh carnival.
Farewell to fresh, right? So, in that moment, what we actually been cursed by is the fact that that has transversed itself into our culture. Anything that we have to take seriously, we try our best to find the entertainment and joy in it before we actually put the system in place.
Like Mr. India, like
Yeah.
3 suits thing, whatever.
Yeah, we don't get endorphin releases from or dopamine inductions from doing the actual thing. What we get induction from is to come back on the block and say, hey, you know, I went, so I saw. And boy, if you see what that man doing that, and
We like the payday, or we don't like the
Yeah.
work week.
Yeah.
And we are amazed to see the American national team come down here and the biggest stars have to do the hardest drills in warm-up and preparation. They have a whole itinerary before they can even play a game. Then I guarantee you, if they ever have to interact with a Trinidadian female, it's after they do what they have to do. Never before.
Y'all ever saw the David Beckham documentary?
On Netflix,
Never.
I have it there on the queue. I have how to finish a set of stuff together.
When you look at it, you'll understand discipline.
Yeah, he's a different beast.
Or watch was the Kanye documentary, and all they could say what you want, might be crazy, whatever. the regiment is what you have.
System.
7 o'clock in the morning, everybody get up, we play basketball. As a unit now, as
Yeah.
production team, play basketball together, wherever. Sit down, pray, then eat breakfast, then wherever. Talk about the wherever music they make, the night was the corrections we had to do in terms of the recording process, wherever. And for the rest of the day, record. Make production, make beats, record. Make beats, record. Then they do it all over again for the next day.
It's a curriculum. That's all it is.
As opposed to what we know, if I hear if you ain't go no studio today.
Yeah, but I smoke a weed.
Smoke a weed thing.
Yeah.
And that's result in the quality that we put out there as well, right?
Yes.
Because you know who I was talking to recently? First Class. I went to his studio.
Class.
you
Big up
know class.
yourself,
You know
class.
classic.
Right? I know, hopefully you remember me. Class, I number.
Yeah.
Right. So I was talking to him and stuff like that. And he break it down in terms of like how they make beats and how they have workshops. And when he disappear for like 3 weeks and how 10 producers will come together and how they'll make beats and go through it over and
Incubator.
over. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
You have to.
We don't have anything like that set up here in Trinidad, you know.
And class, he has created somebody, to me, produce somebody best music.
No, in terms of probably not even the best beats, that's best produced
Produce tracks.
Yeah.
songs.
Yeah. I saw something with him and Prophet Benjamin, and I was like, this is world class.
Yeah.
How come I didn't reach for that?
Best produced
But yeah,
songs.
Because my friend actually did the video for them, the cinematography.
Yeah, that was world class.
You know,
That was
and,
world class.
and we talked about all of those different things, but he was like, listen, here in Trinidad, me as a singer, it could only go so far. But out there is
Yes.
where I gain my vibes now. You
Same
understand?
thing with film. Film down here, oh my, I can tell you what film down here. It's the worst. Call time, 6:30. 7 o'clock, people showing up. You know how serious it
Yeah.
is abroad.
Oh.
6:30 is 6:30. You come late, you might have work tomorrow.
Yeah, that's it there. You could lose your entire job.
I talking about, no matter who it is. 6:30 is 6:30. I've heard stories. People car break down. They in a traffic jam. They
That's
left
it.
their car there
That's so serious.
and ran.
Call
set.
time is call time.
Call time is call. That's how serious it is.
Yeah.
And that's why some people choose to stay on the set, sleep in the trailer,
And
rather
never-
than go back home.
No chance any
No,
shit.
but you've been on set because set
Yeah.
life is the best life when you're on
It's
set.
true, you know?
All the food there, food
Yeah.
proper, thing, first class food, everything. If you're unionized, I'm not sure if you're not unionized, yeah, you have to.
Okay, cool.
That's but down here,
The
Do we
lunch
even
comment
have
just
a
now.
film industry
No.
down here?
no. We thought people who make one. We don't.
So that's the problem.
Because
No, but I feel like they're still getting money, some form or the other, because you see them putting out little things like Film Co, TT, and all of these things, and I was like,
they get money from the government.
that's what I'm saying, but why we can't get a piece of it? Because, like,
You really want we get into that?
No, it doesn't. Your balls are by seed.
because
Your
like,
balls are by seed if I talk that.
I want to see that the talent that we have in Trinidad and Tobago go far. We have the avenue for it, money being pumped into some version of it. Let me start somehow or the other to get something out there.
You know what the money goes to? You get a film co-TT pen. Or a bag. Paraphernalia. Or people are getting paid like is their salary. But then what it's there set up for is to subsidize, is to give like a bigger company, like we say Spielberg. Spielberg want to shoot something in the Caribbean. They there to give him subsidized stuff. So you don't have to pay the tax in New York.
Yeah.
You come down here, it'll be like tax-free or very tax-reduced. And on top of that, you get in local crew down here. And if you need a little actor to be the vendor,
Yeah.
come and be the vendor. Yeah. You'll get the small money. So the money he's spending to do it
You know
down
what?
here.
You know what you're making this song like? Trinidad and Tobago find oil, and we ask British gas or British petroleum to come down here, and we have a little company in place that we could facilitate your little needs.
Yeah.
Right? But you send your scientists,
Experts.
you send your geologists, you send everybody. We make sure you get the lion's share of the profit, and we just take back a little contribution to keep the business running.
But it works out well in terms of if you get to be like when they do this thing with Tatiana Ali. I think
that's freshmen are better.
yeah, fresh with Tatiana Ali. If
Yeah.
home, you ever see Home Again?
Not home again.
Right. So it was shot down here, but it was supposed to be set in Jamaica. So down here, it gets subsidized by these certain things get subsidized by the government because we are trying to promote we do more things. But in terms of a production company locally down here that making film, the only people I know that did it would be Santana. You know Santana?
Yeah.
Santana, classmate of mine. Welcome to Warlock. You don't know that one?
Nah.
That was straight off from the mud. A guy with a camera, no script, nothing, make his movie. And that ended up reaching further than anything locally produced. So now you will come now. The best avenue for you now, they will put you as, if you're going to be a grocer, they're going to put you as a coconut vendor.
Right.
Like you.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, if you go in the States now, I'm not sure what rules they would, because they typecasting is a thing.
Yeah.
They're looking for, no, I think it's better for.
We could get into that if you want.
It better for Asians. No.
But I have it nice.
No.
And, diversity.
No.
Inclusivity.
No.
All right.
You know?
I get that. I get
No.
that.
God bless me. I view it as God bless me. My
Yeah.
timing, social media following,
Is no.
relatively.
No, legit, no.
No.
Because
no.
remember,
Media and while it's hot, right?
remember I mentioned the experts? You look like the guy, 2 rows I watching you and I could see him in. Eternals?
Oh,
Eternals? And that's not no bullshit. I talk about Jack. You look like the guy.
I don't see it.
You look like the guy and the experts. They could have been the pilot. And I was like, where's boy? 2 years too late. 2 years too late.
No, boy, it's true.
Because same kind of jacket.
Same belt.
If you ever get a chance, watch this show called The Expanse. And he was the pilot.
Right.
The Indian guy. And like the whole thing. And his
boy.
downfall could have been
Was
your...
Yeah.
Could have been your...
It's true.
But opportunities will come again. Like,
Nah, yeah.
that's
So,
just what
best time ever in terms of if you are Asian, whether it's Indian Asian or Chinese Asian, Japanese
Yeah.
Asian,
Caribbean
rules like
Asian
that.
and all
Yeah.
that. They can call it that.
You see, like right now, especially, is like I have a project lining up that I think will be the beginning of my career that I've been destined for
Which is an acting.
In terms of big acting.
in big acting.
Okay.
You understand? That's something I've been doing, and if you're not followers of me, and most of the people who follow me, they'll ask why I stop posting, why you stop
Right.
doing all of these things. But I
Yeah.
was explaining beforehand. When you cross that border, and those Hollywood people, hear that term I use there, right?
Uh-oh.
Those Hollywood people used to now coming on your page and
So,
looking at this and everything like that. You can't cough in the wrong way or anything like that,
So it is very tailored and you have to be...
It's a tightrope to walk.
Boy, only when I realize big stars as we know it, right? And how their publicists work and how even the things that they have to post. And that's why you'll see Cardi B posted this but removed it, but people screenshot it before. It's because they do it naturally, but then the publicists probably come and remove it quickly. But the one person that probably screenshot, they was able to pick it up.
That's how men get catch.
You understand?
Yeah.
And that is why the industry there is just made to now have a look at your brand, because your brand is working alongside my brand. So if I now, let's say Paramount or something is selling you understand? You as the product, you as the lead actor, or anything like that.
Yeah.
I don't want any controversy or anything to go your way, because that will just reflect bad on my company.
Which is, we see that a lot in previous years.
Yeah.
Specifically what going on with we dog, Kang the Conqueror.
Kang. Yeah. Cool,
Just because your name get mentioned in it is
Yeah.
like, we can't rock with you right now.
buddy.
Yeah.
That whole phase 5 of our whole movie franchise gone.
But that man fell flat on his ass.
No, I'm not talking about him, I don't want movies had to get pushed back, cancelled.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Or for one,
Look at this guy. What's this guy from Creed 3?
I know you're talking about Donnie.
The big buff one, right? Not
Creed, not Creed.
Not Creed, the
Jonathan
next
Majors,
guy.
that's what I'm talking about, Kang.
Yeah,
Right?
Kang the Conqueror.
That's Kang the
Jonathan
Conqueror.
Majors.
That's what
Oh,
he was with Disney.
call his name. I didn't pick up the
yeah.
but like exactly
I didn't
him.
want to call him don't have that number.
He's gone. He's done for.
He's done for.
That's
Yeah.
a sad
Think about
sacrifice.
that. Think about that.
So so acting. Well, I want to say you're not in the main stage yet. You're not like the top villain yet.
Yeah.
How do you now have to do the dance now to, that's G. Clooney or this B. Pitt or whatever. It's
Just
like,
remember, when that name you mentioned, remember to show a picture, right? Or you want to show it now?
Show us by all means. We want to see.
Yeah, because that's my unhinged
There's a secret real. Nah, I tell my dad that is my real stepfather.
Serious.
No, I love that. That's Batman. That's my Batman.
So you see, right? This under my dad, right?
All right.
Alright, forget all of them things you see there. Alright, let me check it out.
Sleazeball.
Don't do it.
Alright, see if you know anybody there.
Oh shit.
This was for.
Oh shit. That's not the
This was not for.
We know who that is.
This not for what movie? Hey, Katama
It
yet.
didn't come out yet.
All right,
Got them
ladies
here.
and gentlemen, all right, just
Yeah,
to
big-
provide...
You know who's this?
That is...
I
I knew him as okay, but...
Brad Pitt.
Nah, they're looking. So I call.
Hey, so we gonna
Wait,
verify
nah.
this
Is
shit.
it no? Here, let's pause. Is it weird that I call those two names
Yeah,
specifically?
boy.
Am I hacking your phone?
So, ladies and gentlemen,
Aye.
just for some clarity purposes, the man rolling with some hitters.
Yes, some hitters.
Yeah, it's not a
So-
fly by night.
Well, so back to the question: how do you have to do the dance now? Because okay, we might not be looking for an Indian to act in this role. Flat out, we looking for the
Whatever the
yeah.
other
We looking for
stereotypes.
we looking for the strong white
Yeah.
man, whatever. How does the dance now have to work? For you to go and talk to the agent to be like, yo, I read the script, I read what is part, what we gonna do, or you just had to right now, I had to take that one.
Well, I think it had to start off with you being a likable person off the bat. You understand? You had to be on people's minds. You had to be
Chemistry.
yes. People like your vibe.
Right.
Think about Hollywood. Let's break it down. Oppenheimer. Look at the cast. Cillian Murphy. 20 years with the director, Christopher Nolan.
Yeah, yeah.
20 years, and he now get his lead role. But previously,
That's a crazy...
That's Scarecrow.
That's
That's
I know it-
Scarecrow.
but
from Batman
exactly. But previously, he had supporting roles, which meant that he was always in that circle. It's not like if he wasn't there, right? But go on do the research on the.
Well, love your thing. I know.
No, forget
sure,
that.
Are you
You
sure?
understand?
You're looking less than perfect now.
Just a little bit. All right, cool.
Right. Right, So if you do that little research there, you'll understand that it's a circle. All right, and it's always about who know who and all of these things.
Yeah.
Because he would have read for Batman, but he didn't get Batman. But Christopher Nolan still pitched him to the producers as Scarecrow.
The one thing I would say about Christopher Nolan, you have different, I want to say different gangs. Like you're rocking with him, like you see DiCaprio was rocking with
Brad?
no, not Brad Pitt, the
Martin
director.
Scorsese?
Scorsese.
Yeah.
He was rocking with Scorsese for a while.
Yeah.
Oh, you understand?
No.
We
Yeah,
finally got
yeah.
we finally got an episode that could not seem like a pervert.
Yeah.
I could talk passion. Bazie, leave my load.
Go ahead, dog. You do your thing. I never
Oh, like
fight
so
it.
Christopher Nolan go have
Cillian Murphy.
he had not Wolverine, who was Batman, because he acted in a few movies as well. It was the Batman trilogy, the Dark Knight trilogy, and then he acted in the Magician one.
Was the magician one again?
You know,
No, you see me?
no.
Okay.
No.
I
no.
don't know.
He was like, what else was like, no. With the Wolverine, not with
Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman
Right.
and what's his name that play
Is it Matt Damon by chance?
no Matt Damon who play Batman.
Ben Affleck.
No, the
Christian Bale.
Christian Bale. Christian Bale acting in the movie with the Magician,
Right.
the
And he was doing the sleight of hand tricks.
slice of hand and he really cut off his finger and stuff. Don't
Yeah.
need to spoil it, but yeah. So he rocking with the same kind of unit for the longest
Yeah.
while because that's where it is. I build a chemistry with you.
Yeah.
Like Coppola and the guy who was in Apocalypse Now and the two Godfathers.
Right.
Tom Hagen, who played Tom Hagen. You're rocking with them. So it's to get in one of them mafias. I say mafia, but it's not really a
we
mafia.
might bore the users if we talk about it, but if we go straight to the De Niro's and the Al Pacinos,
Yeah.
and how when you see them together in a film, who directed? An Scorsese,
Scorsese.
you know?
Who the Irishman.
Yeah.
You're right, the Irish.
And if you go and do all the things like Raging Bull, and you go back to Casino,
Right.
and you
Scorsese,
go,
right.
you know?
It's the same actors.
And that's
for
how
a
it
while.
is. You understand? So if you become basically friends, it's a friends thing.
You'll be written into programs.
Yeah. You know, people will have you in mind. Or even if they don't have you in mind, I'll be like, bro, I ain't doing nothing these days. What you have for me? It's like, well, you know, I'm working on this film.
Tarantino and Samuel Jackson. Tarantino and not Joe. Yeah, Samuel Jackson was
Sam Jackson is the guy. Because you think he did like 7 out of the 9 films that he's been in.
and Tarantino.
Down the line.
No, if you get a Tarantino,
Bro, that's my dream. But he have 10 out of 10 is what he going for, right? And he only 9th. So he have one more film.
Brother, you had to figure out a way to
I do it
something
for
up.
free. I tell you, I do it for free.
Flat out. I don't blame you.
And that's my favorite director of all time.
Well-
Pulp Fiction is my favorite film. If anybody haven't seen it, like if you
You
have
ever
a
see
weird
Pulp
mind,
I know who acted in it, but to
You never
say
see
I've
Pulp
seen it,
Fiction?
it'll be a...
I'll get him to sit
I
down
don't really
pause.
watch TV now.
no, but I mean it's a hard film because our attention span and stuff is so different.
Yeah.
No,
No,
but
he just don't watch
I don't
movies,
watch TV,
period.
period.
It's not nothing to do with attention span. He just does not watch TV.
that's fair.
thing.
That's fair.
I've never been into the... But this is an interesting conversation to see unfold.
Yeah, finally. You see when it's like, you see when I actually have somebody good to talk to.
When I have my questions, you're gonna bring it in from the whole business side and teaching the entrepreneurs how to get and create and find that spark. But this is interesting.
But that's a good mixture you need, you know. You need to have creative side and you need to have that logical business side as well.
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
So if you get 10, so your goal, I guess if you could get 10, you good.
I good, but one of my main goals, to be honest, is this current project that I'm working on.
You can't talk about it much.
No, I could. Just not too much, but I have a lead role, right? It's called Dream Chaser, and it's a film.
That's why you say he's a dream chaser. I
Yeah.
start scummy.
So that means you're in character.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm not fully in character.
giving us
Because,
right
you
now.
might hear a little more of the American accent and stuff like that.
Okay,
you know?
okay.
But
So wait now, right?
right.
That's a serious point to note. You coming from the Caribbean.
Right.
How have you been able to master the lingua of the American accent?
Because
where
if,
that come from?
If you look at it, right, where did we get our English language from?
England.
England, who's very proficient in the English language. Now it depends on where we get our dialect from.
Right. Understood.
If you come from the streets, the village,
The vernacular
you're
of
gonna be
this-
broken now, boy. You understand?
Yep.
And I'm gonna tell you, I've been blessed, as I mentioned before, to go on the path where I've limed with the lowest of the lows and the highest of the highs.
All right.
But as an actor, and one of my advantages, I'm an observer. I absorb. You understand? So I like to mock and mimic people. You understand? So, as a cricketer playing in the village, yeah, boy, you the ball now, boy. Yeah, little girl or what?
Yeah,
you understand?
yeah.
Wow.
And you go up in the north now, and you go up in the west. And it's like, you know,
Them West boys
hey,
and them.
Hey,
you know,
guys.
you know,
Hi,
hey guys,
guys.
how are you?
Yeah.
I'm having a wonderful day. How are you doing? You know, oh, that's fabulous. You know, you know how to tone it down.
That's a completely, It's
And the front.
two different worlds.
You could put on the convert accent. You
Yeah.
could put the,
Yeah.
Understand?
But I get what you're saying because it's like every freshwater Yankee, I don't mean that in any disrespectful way, but any freshwater Yankee that I hear speak, I be like, why you just don't talk Trinidadian, dog? It's apparent that they don't have the American accent.
While I agree with that, is like this. You could speak that to your Trinidadian fellow mates, but the Americans don't really understand what we say.
we talk too fast.
You understand?
Yeah.
We talk too
And we
fast.
sing too.
And our dialect, it throws them off, you know?
They be like, what the hell they just, yeah.
I mean, you just pick up birds. Though. You just pick up birds. Though.
But that's why I don't know how to use it, right?
Yeah, you just pick up. You just pick up.
So is it that women just like to be confused?
Wow.
I think they just like to be like enlightened by something fresh.
It's like, what is this?
Yeah, I've never heard you. Well, I mean, too much trend is in New York now.
It's
so
like this. I
yeah.
look Indian, but I speak that way.
Yeah.
That messed their head. And it's like,
They be like, what are you?
You know?
So they're expecting the
Yeah.
that
They was like,
thing
hello,
from-
sir. How are you?
Yeah,
You know? Like, you know? Oh, mom, you look so beautiful today.
This could be considered a racial insult because he's not from the way
This
you guys
man
are from. These guys are not from you
My
guys.
great grandfather is from there, so I could talk on behalf of him.
Well, so is my great grandfather. So kind of.
I can't. That's all right, dog. Yeah. So cool. We going back into the conversation because it's really interesting and it opening up some serious insights I didn't have where in this acting industry is concerned. We have a lot of local talent or local people who want to one day see Trinidad and Tobago on the world scale.
Yeah. For instance, remember my dog?
Right.
You know Michael Cherry?
Not sure. If I
he's our
probably
next
Google him, I might be able
So
to.
Michael Cherry is that guy who was acting. He was teaching acting down there. He do all his.
Yeah.
He learned his acting in a school abroad, stateside. So now he getting the role of the husband of the first black female congresswoman. It's gonna be the name of the show movie is Shirley. It's gonna be on Netflix, I think next month or 2 months from now. But we get that based on the trailer and stuff. How come we never get that from like you know someone saying this? Why is
we
this not
pushing it? Yeah.
out there now?
Right.
Where it's like, oh, local talent, da.
Listen,
You understand? This is the first time.
because
So-
he doing a good job, excellent job.
And what I've learned from my H people, Hollywood people,
Yeah.
right?
People.
They have a timing for everything. Relax.
Rock back?
Because when I could call names like Vanity Fair, all of these things, who are ready to do all this work, and they just like relax because they like we have a 3-month window when it comes to marketing, and when the marketing period reach, they're gonna be hot. You understand? So yeah, I could be telling you about it and stuff like that, but you know what? We still have a lot of work to do. Right?
Understood.
And that's where me now and my silence is. I could tell you about, listen, I'm part of a film, I'm part of a production, and these different things that I'm taking part of, right? But you ain't seen no real action as yet. But I know behind the scenes, and I could show all it too, but you'll scream when you see that one.
All right.
Is that wet? I say this cream for very wet looking girls. I just
Nah,
tell you.
you know, but why I say that is like, I also want to try and be as humble in the process is because we have this fear in Trinidad. It's like, I have this fear. It's like, you grow up and people promise you the world. Right? And you reach right there, and as soon as you're ready to touch the pie, go on.
They dangle it like a carrot.
And when I try to explain this to the American people, right, they never understand it because they're like, why you don't react more? Why you not excited? And all of these different things. It's like, well, you know,
Sabotage
I'm
is real.
excited, but you know where I come from. When they say all of these great things, I mean, you see how I just showed you there.
Yeah.
If I were to say that live here, people would be like, yeah, boy, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We believe you.
And I
then-
like
no.
with Tom Cruise last night.
No,
Yeah.
and then the plotting is like, nah, we had to make sure this man don't get through with this and sabotage the hell out
And
there.
the energy that they also have towards you is not in a
He
positive
feel better.
direction.
He feel better than
How
me because he
dare
do
you?
that.
Yeah.
How dare you be
Yeah.
aspiring to be better? How dare?
Exactly.
And is
Yeah. Or he feel he all that, you know.
I completely, I see it. You know, we see it a lot even with this program.
well, no, with this podcast itself.
Yeah. I'll give you one example. One little small scenario to draw on. We don't really take much from the TikTok comments because at the end of the day, it's open in the public forum.
Yeah.
You can say what you want to say about it, right? It's all cool.
You bastards.
Yeah.
You bastards.
But they have the Trinidadians have ability to try to match something they see on the outside, right? So they see two fellas on our podcast having conversations with people, females.
It's that
males.
with females.
Yeah.
No, it was most females at first.
And they would literally gravitate to why Chinese like to copy.
Fresh and yeah, have you ever fresh and fit?
Nah.
Yeah, that because you're doing something with your life problem.
Right? So it's like instead of us looking at what it actually takes to be brave enough, be sensible enough to hold our conversation, to actually show what skill set you have and bear it to the public. That's a comment that we have to take in stride. Right?
We talked to next influencer, spoke to her. Because before, like we had to bring back that, you know, quick fire.
Yeah,
we had to bring back
the
quick
rapid fire segment.
rapid fire segment. So we asking whatever, because our fiance was like right there.
Right.
So we like asking probing questions just to be dicks. Like not like
Yeah.
that's we
Icebreakers,
That's
icebreakers.
icebreakers. It's like quickie blah blah blah. Somebody watch it, comment. So we know why you disrespect the girl like that for, and I'm like, oh, she was answering, she cool.
Yeah.
That's the girl to this day.
To this day, she
But
don't
then
pass no shit.
to just to say we making strides. I mean, we making all kind of strides, but we making
Yeah, we
strides.
moving.
Yeah.
There's like, nah, how to figure out everything yank this down. So keep that on the low.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
have to.
tell
You
no
have
one.
to. You
Tell
know?
no one. However,
You get roses. You gotta get you roses.
no, because this is one of the. You see, our country,
we
we suffering from an epidemic of we can't see who actually doing something good. We all being shown who doing shit, who doing something bad, who somebody doing something corrupted. But whenever you had to highlight somebody who actually taking an aspiration to be better, we don't acknowledge
we
that
don't like
at
that.
all.
We push the murder rate. We push the
Yeah.
negatives.
Because you could be an inspiration for somebody that even comes
You know,
from
yeah.
your class.
Young people want to be actors, and you could.
So my main mission at this point in time is not to even talk about it, but my first thing is let me finish my first project.
Achieve.
Once that first project is finished, that's the talk there.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
have to say
yeah,
anything else
yeah.
because they're gonna come to me. How did you do it? I want to become an actor, and that's what we need in Trinidad. You understand? We go back to the role models thing, kind of thing. I don't have specific people that I look at role models, but I am fans of people. And I've never been a fan of a Trinidadian meal, meaning that I've never seen anybody that could inspire me. No offense,
Fierce Nightball.
bro. No.
Wow.
No.
Shit,
That's a serious thing. That's a serious thing.
No, you know, because look at the impact that Tom Cruise has on the world.
Right.
Right? Everybody from each corner of the globe know who is Tom Cruise. Right? In Trinidad and Tobago, who's the biggest thing to come out of Trinidad and Tobago?
Brian Lara.
Brian Lara.
Does everybody know about Brian Lara?
In the world.
In the world.
I wouldn't
Oh,
say.
You go straight to America, you go in Times Square now, and I bet you out of
nah.
10 people that
Oh,
you
gosh.
ask.
Less population though. There's more people that know Brian Lara that don't know Brian Lara. I would say.
primarily due to Asia.
Asia has a concentrated Proper.
That's Asia because they're very cricket oriented.
Yeah,
But if you go
yeah.
to America where it's not that cricket oriented, they're not really going to know who's Brian Lara.
Trinidadian, boy?
Let me think about this.
That's a very valid question.
Americans don't read, so it can't be VS.
Because I have an option. Marshall Montana.
Nah.
No, don't tell him no. Here's
No,
why I would
no.
tell him not to tell him no. You see, in terms of being known worldwide,
Is he known worldwide?
he touched more territories than Lara.
I think Bungie would be, if that was the case, Bungie would be more known
No, you see,
internationally.
Marshall have a bigger tenure.
Yeah.
Marshall
Ah.
been
Who's
doing
more
this
iconic?
shit.
Who's more the face of Carnival and Soca?
That's a good one, bro.
That's a point, Jed.
But let me tell you why I make that point. You have your Marshall.
Alright.
But let me even say Bungie.
Okay.
But you could ever compare him to the pull that Bob Marley have?
Of course not.
Come on.
Tupac.
I mean, even if you want to go to American
Beatles.
culture, the Beatles.
No, but we're
Elvis,
talking. I want to talk
Michael
Caribbean.
Jackson,
I want to
yeah.
talk Caribbean to show you, like
Bob
you know,
Marley.
Okay, so the
Bob Marley.
Marshall Montana is not in Shensia.
I can't find that.
Jada Kingdom.
I can't find that.
Popcorn.
Oh,
I can't
You
really find
understand?
it. But they traveling on a bigger vehicle.
it was harder. It was harder. It didn't have social media.
Yeah,
But then again, I can't say that because Michael Jackson is Michael Jackson.
No, but then again, Jamaican artists travel in a bigger vehicle compared to the soca vehicle. And that's our fault primarily. That's Trinidad and Tobago's fault.
Yeah, he come with a good one there.
That's
bro.
an
He come with
excellent
a-
point.
he come
That's
with a
a
good
real.
one there.
So you're saying that
but
they're
you're
much.
saying that as well, right?
Yeah,
But where Carnival and where it stemmed from, not here.
Trinidad. Yeah.
I would even push that reggae and all things came from Calypso. And
Yeah,
Calypso
yeah,
is
yeah,
here.
yeah.
And my boy Marshall didn't just start with soca. He
No,
started
started
with
with
the Calypso.
Calypso.
You understand?
So-
But why is it that we only at that point?
Matter of fact, Harry Belafonte. Helen Belafonte was a Calypsonian and he
Yeah,
do more
yeah.
for Calypso than who's our greatest Calypsonian. Think about it.
Sparrow.
When you think Calypso internationally, you are thinking Harry Belafonte, Deo, you know Harry Belafonte.
Yeah,
is-
yeah.
Yes, of course.
And you don't know these kind of things. But Harry Belafonte make the wave.
Okay.
In terms of Caribbean people, Harry Belafonte, Bob Marley, and like international Harry Belafonte, Bob Marley, and I want to say not off a tree.
From the Caribbean.
That like everybody go know because you can't fight down Harry.
Nah, it's. You see,
Lola
that's a real
Falana?
tough question. We really don't have that much.
Ricky Ricardo's Puerto Rican, so I guess
But that's more American. I think
Yeah.
Puerto Rico is
That's
like
a-
with America.
a state or something.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but all right. I join a scenario for all the fellas here tonight, right? You are a young Trinidadian with a dream, a hope. You have a talent. Everybody in your family telling them, boy, that boy could sing, boy. All right? You have a lot of people around you that tailor your message to the world. From young, they creating a brand out of you. This is where I see the issue starting. The individuals that are around you that pushing you into the limelight, they need to come with a solid enough story that the public could view you as their darling, get enamored with you. And then you use that formula and you grow it in different territories. What we do have is that formula where we create a narrative and a storyline behind the person and we carefully construct it to the point where they become a star. You understand?
You know, it's a good example of that, and I like to look at it in admiration. But social media helped with that narration. Young brother.
is Young Brother going to be the biggest Trinidadian of all time?
I
look
wouldn't
at
be
the
surprised.
compete there, but I don't mind sharing it.
No, in
It's
terms
the
of
whole
music,
stage.
unless you're doing
In
Nah, I didn't
music,
start that one yet, but
in music, Young Brother
is the
so far, because of the things that he's doing. Look, the other day I see they put up something where he was in a primary school and he was singing ABCs to the children.
Young Brother is the face of the new school.
Yeah, he's
in
the new
terms of
generation music.
That kind of thing.
What
And
do you
he
say about
reached
voice
further.
then?
He had his time.
yeah, and he can't compare because it's a different time. Let me tell you why. Look at TikTok. We go straight back to there. The biggest platform in terms of content creation and stuff
Yeah.
like that. When Young Brother came out with his team and all of these different things, and all them white girls was dancing to it,
So each chance was
who
contest.
give us more reach? Think about it. That give us more
More
reach.
reach, yeah.
Agreed.
Is it that, and this is how I'll always find out, the reason why Bungie Garlin made, I think I'll more stride, I would say, in the point is because of differentology. Why? The sound was different. The same BPM, but what was reaching more global spaces was house music, EDM, whatever.
Major laser, yeah.
Soca is basically the same BPM, but is the different instruments used on each song. I wish wish we could get class or like somebody's
Class is a perfect example.
yeah, exactly. Because soca is it just like to a foreign audience, it's like all right thing, as opposed to remember when fist bump?
Yeah.
And that was more. So when Bungie do the differentology,
He just created a cadence, and I remember ding, 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 ding. That is EDM. Yeah.
but you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
EDM, if the only way for soca, because I think soca true at this point, to be honest with you, I think we on Trinidad going to be the actual genre we going.
Yeah.
But the only problem is the violence. If we could figure out how to work around that, Trinidad going to be.
Trinidad artists, we need some girls song, boy. Oh gosh, just come
Stop
out
killing.
Yeah.
Pull the gills. Pull them. Anyway,
Don't kill nobody. Come on.
are you a reader?
You know, I force myself to read now. I was never a reader, but now I force myself to read.
When you get time, there's a book that I think you might like. It's called The Winner Stands Alone. Remember what that book?
Yeah.
You would like it because it's like it's centered around Cannes Film Festival.
Right.
It's centered around Cannes Film Festival and different things. The winner, remember that Paola Calvo, or I don't know how to say it. The same man who write The Alchemist.
Sounds familiar, yeah.
Paulo
Same man-
Coelho.
Yeah, I don't know how to say his name to this day. But right, read that book. Then after you get through and thing, don't get big on us. Like
Don't play a passing. We straight in public.
Nah, we had to do a follow up when the movie launch
Yeah,
or
yeah.
whatever, so we could really talk and
Yeah, I just want to honestly just go under my shell, get my work done.
Yeah.
I mean, with the
Yeah,
podcast
yeah,
and stuff, I know a couple of people will know. I mean, it's been on my Instagram. I've been tagged on it and stuff. But the only reason that they haven't seen it in the capacity as yet is because, as I say, they didn't want it to reach there as yet because we have work going on.
By all means.
But when it does, people will now start to, in my opinion, once everything goes well, because if I always look at myself from a third party perspective. You understand?
Perspective, yeah.
fifth level
Right?
of psychology.
So I now come back and say, okay, this guy, what is he doing? And I view it from a positive and how I find like, he's inspiring me, but I also feel jealous of him. And why? You understand? Because I have to think like that because I know who's my crowd. I know the Trinidadian crowd. I know where I came from. As a professional cricketer growing up, let me tell you who's in my year. Right above me was Nicholas Puran.
Right.
In my year is Joshua De Silva, who's currently West Indies wicketkeeper. Right? My friends.
Oh, it's
And I
big
was at
boys in
their
like
level.
that.
You understand? I
In
play
terms
with
of
them.
cricket?
Yeah.
What school is it?
I transferred from Kovasek to go Press just to play cricket.
Man, that's a serious
Yeah,
cricket,
it's not.
man. That's a serious cricket, man. though.
Let me put it. Opposite of Prez, friends, like they go and say, what's the thing on this? Always say Prez is excellent, so Prez is.
Proud to be Press.
Yeah,
Proud to be
this is
Prez.
Prez Shogunas or Prez.
Shogunas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Not the South Prez.
No.
I like fellas.
So
so
we
they
know
get
some
this one.
sound no press fellas.
Yeah,
man.
and
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, let's talk about this holy time.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
Prez. These.
But the only thing is I don't fully identify and get into that whole clique thing is because relax guys, relax.
we in all the jungle yet.
Yeah, I always say, listen, if you had to talk about how good he is, you're not good.
Makes sense.
You understand?
Yeah.
So I always like to remain silent and let that silence do the talking.
That's a common trait of introverts. They tend to like to not
Keep
brag
going.
too much.
Go and get through. But like I was saying, when you get through, well, first I will, because this is when I could finally hold it in the scene because we game for, or I can talk my shit now. So what I recommend you do is breed who you had to breed? No. Oh no, sorry. Have sex with who you had to have
yeah.
sex? No. Because when they get on, they go on coast, they coast.
Ladies.
They go try to be trapping you for cheering and thing.
No, but real
Ladies.
petty, let me tell you why. As a man, right? I had no shame in sliding into your DM or commenting under your photo.
Right.
No shame.
Yeah.
Let me tell you why.
Success
I
rate
look
is
at
high?
myself as an equal from now with 0 and now and then at 100, the same.
Yeah.
Because who you are shouldn't really change. That's what works for you, right? But I want to see how you treat me then at 0. And
And
if you
don't be
think when I
petty.
reach what
You're
could be
going
my 100,
Petty.
you slide in my DM and now respond.
Oh yeah. Hey,
Not me.
4 years later.
Not me.
And
You
you're close
understand?
in.
And
Have
I've
some
seen it from high
standards.
school and you go on and people treat you differently.
Yeah,
and I don't
yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Because I never changed who I am. I've just been recognized for a personality trait that people tend to like.
So people might see you, right? And they have a little projection going on in them,
Yeah.
right? They might want to reach out here and they don't know how to approach it because this man
Yeah.
actually serious on his mission and his goals. Your social media is one thing. You don't ever get people coming up in public to you and being like, hey, I see you on
Or like it go like
TikTok.
yeah.
Use this fella.
Yeah, I get it a lot.
Alright.
And you know, I've recently got it and I understand. I was like, shit, boy. It's like New York airport.
New York, out of our places.
Yeah.
JFK.
JFK. You understand?
Yeah.
And it's just like real random people. And not just Caribbean people, but American people. Because a couple of my videos went viral in America and it's like,
Holy shit.
I know this guy.
Yeah.
And it also has to do with a blessing coming from Trinidad with the accent. Because they associate the face with Indian, but the accent is what stands out.
We we have a
understand?
completely different accent. There.
So when I remember I was shooting in Times Square, and this black girl, she came up to me, American black, right? African American,
It's easy.
right? And why I say that is because that's a shock to me. I've always feel like one of the people and one of the crowds I want to have under my belt is African Americans and Africans.
Or like
Because-
they are
yeah,
fan of
because I
yours.
never like that segregation between Indian and African.
Because
I never-
how it is here.
here in
Yeah,
Trinidad,
yeah.
right? So one
Okay.
of my things that I want to respect from that crowd as well. Because I feel like I could go and sing a chutney song and them go listen, all my Indian people go listen to it and say, yeah, boy, that good. But it's the respect from the next end is where I also want to get. You
Where you're
understand?
going back to your litmus test.
Yes.
If somebody who don't know you could identify and say that's quality, you're
Exactly.
actually quality.
You understand? And when people like that would approach me and be like, hey, I could get a photo with him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know, I'm like, me?
Yeah.
You know? She's like, yeah, I know him, you know?
Okay.
Because they say, like, on the, yeah, I'm not sure. Is you dating still?
I don't believe any would dating here in Trinidad.
Because,
Oh
no,
my
yeah, abroad. Dating doesn't exist, eh? Guess house do. But yes, like if you're using dating apps, they said that the most, not unattractive, but the least clicked on, where it swiped right or whatever, to like them, is be Asian men and black women. At the top is, I believe, is Arab men, white men, black men, and then Asian men. White with women is Latino women, Arab women, or no, I think it's Indian women.
Probably Indian, yeah.
Yeah, Indian women is at the top of the list.
Of the dating.
Dating thing. Everybody was, when I was making this thing cool, nobody had like, oh, believe my dream. I saw it to fruition. Anyway, so at the, I don't want to say at the bottom, but at the bottom
No,
wrong.
we call it
Yeah,
that.
the bottom
Because
wrong.
I see it as that, yeah.
The bottom wrong. Where now, okay, you don't have the complexion or you don't, but you have the height, you have the thing, whatever. How you have to now compete in that realm?
So what it is this.
Take it yours.
You simply can't look at it as competing. You can't. The only thing you could do is just work on yourself. And if you now set your mind to be like, I'm going out there and I want to try this thing, you're going to more often than not meet much more failure than success. But what you would realize is by working on yourself, right? You attract the people around you.
You know what weird, Bazie? We say this like every single week.
man.
Every single week. Basically saying the same thing. But you know, we have a little field podcast.
Yeah. I read about Jeff Bezos. And they were talking about the 99 failures that is always being paid for by that one success.
Yeah.
And he was saying if you're an entrepreneur and you don't fail enough or everything going right, you're not doing the right thing.
Well,
Especially if everything you're
I get
doing
through
is
life,
right.
boy.
Yeah.
You know? If everything you're doing is right, it means you're either doing something too easy or it's been done before.
Yes. So essentially saying you're not taking risks to get a reward.
It's the same thing with Hollywood. Hollywood, it have more misses than hits. Bollywood. Well, Bollywood is making way more than Hollywood.
By
But
far, yeah.
Yeah.
Hollywood now would produce, let me say, 10 movies. One of them is be a smash to pay for the 10 failures.
10 failures, yeah.
And that's
Only
how
9 failures.
I like your film knowledge. I just letting you know.
The man is a savant. He's a film savant.
Idiot savant. I'll take it. That's what I'm saying is
Yeah.
pretty much how it is. So it could be a situation where, because I tell you, next time you have to come back here.
Yeah.
Make sure and read that book, eh? Because you'll understand what I'm telling you.
You'll just send me it and I'll just make sure
Maybe
I
in
get
a
it.
flight or something.
On a flight,
Read out.
Yeah, exactly. It's I think 5 hours, 5 to 8
Okay.
hours there. So you can read it in like 5 sittings.
But to be honest, the more you fail, is the more you well, I wouldn't say the more you succeed, but when you do succeed, it's gonna be extraordinary success.
Because I guess failure for you don't have you depressed.
No,
'Cause he
trust me,
understands
did.
it.
It did at one point, right? But I could give you some backstories as to like where it came from.
Right.
Under 19 cricket, represented Central Zone,
Sport injury.
right? And this have helped me deal with a lot of things in life up till
Yeah.
this day.
Right.
Okay, you perform well. You perform well as a wicketkeeper. You get some runs under your belt. You average pretty high, over 40. You know, the premier wicketkeepers and stuff, the average wasn't that high. But then this one come back from West Indies camp. This one is a coach nephew. This one is a
The
coach.
Danish Ramdens of the world.
You
and-
know?
So who get a link? Who get you on a link?
Right.
Okay.
And here I am now,
Nepotism.
sacrifice my form 6 days. You know, you're playing club cricket, which is weekend, zonal cricket, which is 2 days, right? And you're playing both levels under 17 and under 19. So that's 4 days in a week, right? And then you're playing on the weekend for your club. And then you're playing school cricket on top of that. So that's zonal, club, school, right? Come now on the 19, didn't make no Trinidadian side, anything like that, Trinidad and Tobago side. All right, so what's next? The what's next factor. So now who I have to deal with is my father, right? And he's a man going to ask you what's next. Because you don't really have a plan. You know, and I actually go to some schools and I talk and I stuff like that. And, you know, they always ask you what you want to be when you get older. I'm not somebody who could have clear-cut answered that because it changed from vet to this, to that, going up the road. You know, you change as an individual. So then I gave all you the story about the commercial diving and how I jumped into that for the 2 years and stuff. And that was my What's Next program,
Okay.
right? The commercial diving. But from that and jumping to the modeling, and then I went to Poland and then I went to England. All the updated on the story there.
Yes, right.
So I landed in England now,
That's very well.
right? When I landed in England, my father paid for the first month. I had a couple meetings to go to and stuff like that. Everybody you go to, wow, we love your look. It's so exotic. All of these different things. Because me clean shaven is a different look altogether, right? So, you know, you go to these things and it was like, yeah, we'd like to see you back next week. And we, you know, boom, you come back next week. Mind you, Trinidadian dollars and pounds is 10 to 1 at that time.
London is
Right?
extremely expensive.
Exactly.
definitely,
Yeah.
So after my dad paid that first month and stuff like that, we're going on to the second month now, I could start to feel the pressure because I'm getting nowhere closer to my goal. But I could tell my father ready for me to come back home because it's not making any
Good plan.
reward.
Yeah.
You understand?
And again, no ROI.
Yeah, no return on investment at all. So now, what I got to do? All you want to hear what I did?
For sure.
Well, your boy have no resume because after Form 6 I finished. Trade work not really going to count there because you have your certificate, but it's American certificate.
Yeah.
So, me, fake an entire resume. Walk
Yeah, statute of limitations here, right? So we
That
just
was what-
had
that
to, we
was
just
what,
had to
18?
point that shit out.
No, 15 years, boy. Don't talk the rest of the story.
Nah, yeah, statute of
I can
limitations
now
is
talk.
like
I can now talk some weed selling stories from when I was
know?
15.
No, but when I say fake a resume, you're not going to fake the entire thing.
Yeah,
but, you
yeah,
know,
but you
had
embellish a little
Yeah,
bit.
you know,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
adding a little couple things and you
Okay.
might say you had a certificate in this, etc. And I had to go and look for a job. You understand? I had to go and look for
this
a
is
job.
making it somehow.
And I just called my dad after 1 week of finally getting through with something. And I was just like, Dad, you no longer have to pay.
I
know.
get you.
Yeah.
What kind of job it was?
Well, I know right now you just discuss if you're going to say or
No,
not,
that,
but
yeah.
clearly under the, you
Oh,
know,
yeah.
right?
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
No. We could. Okay, we could talk. Because
Right.
I have some stories about that shit.
But
Yeah.
I was able to fund myself a year plus.
That means it
And
was.
that's where you gain valid experience.
Let me tell you why. Because I work in a clothes store,
Right.
right? And 10 to 10 is your time you're working. You know how much is your lunch time? 10 minutes. It's not like Trinidad where you could
It's
go in and the girl in the
capitalism.
back sit down on her phone. I
Yeah.
am convinced my boss had OCD. Every clothes rack must be in a certain direction. Every button must be buttoned. Every color must be creased a certain way.
So
That's
we talk-
competition.
we talking about our proper clothes.
Yeah,
now.
that's competition.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right?
Clothes now.
So you're going at that level as a high street in England. So you know there's professional everything.
It was bespoke, by the way.
Nah.
Okay.
And if the wind blow and let's say one of that move and I turn my back and the boss pass and he's like, what's this about? Who tied you up here? And he got one long lecture as to why you're not doing your job properly. You understand? You don't have a place to sit down. You're on your foot from 10 to 10. 10 minutes lunch. And when a customer come inside, it's not like Trinidad where, a customer come and they just browsing. You have to sell.
Yeah.
You have to sell because they have a quota to make.
I ain't not doing that.
You understand?
We have it real.
No, we have it sweet.
Sweet in
But
this country,
sweet in terms of stupidity.
Yeah, but that sweet causes complacency and then we
Exactly.
feel-
Yes.
So now when somebody come inside, you have anxiety. Because if that customer leave here, why he leave? What he was looking at, what he wanted. And I tell you, if he wanted something to come here,
Full on report.
if he was looking at something, bring it here by me. You understand?
Full on report.
Because here how we'll go down. Okay, you looking at a t-shirt, right? You just touch it. Automatically, that's how they look at it. Okay, this is possibly what we could sell this guy.
Right.
How we gonna
The
sell
sales,
this to him?
yeah.
You understand? So I had to develop methods throughout to now try and sell without selling. You understand? One of my methods is just simply be like starting a little conversation. Hey, I like your t-shirt, which part you get it? And then you will go into this whole story about telling me who's he, ho, and all of these different things. Meanwhile, I'm now distracting you to being like, hey, this t-shirt fits you good. You know which one is actually fits similar to this? This one.
Oh, I mean, you're coming in closed doors, not to just browse.
Exactly.
Always be selling. Always be closing.
So you ask the question what you're looking for in a more detailed way.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
sometimes you don't even come in looking because you're just genuinely browsing.
Yeah, you're window shopping.
Right.
Yeah.
So now you really don't want to buy anything. It's £30. You saying I'm not gonna send no £30 on a t-shirt. So I just now because I'm trained, it's just like my boss. I'll be like, hey, no, he was looking at this t-shirt and I think it'll fit him pretty good. So also I'll be like, well, let him try it now. So I say, hey, just try it over a t-shirt. Try it. He's like, no, I don't want to try it. All right, well, look, I have a dressing room there. Go and try it. Right? He go and he try it. All right, so he trying it now. Send the pants for him. Send the pants for him. You understand? So right under it, in that entire store, have the t-shirt, the pants right there. It's set there in front of your eyes, and on top it have a jacket. So while you trying the t-shirt, I was like, bro, I know you're just coming and you're just trying the t-shirts and stuff like that, but just do yourself a favor. So when you're dressing up yourself, you'll know how it will look. Try these jeans with it.
Added value.
That and it would be hard. It harder for him as a male to do it to her because if it was, the females will come,
Yeah.
oh, you look so good. And it's like,
Exactly.
oh, as a male, no, you like,
He's
I
like,
don't even
me?
want to hear your shit.
Exactly.
Fuck
And that part of London that I was in is more north, right? And it had more,
You know how the North Londoners
you know?
behave.
No, nah. I understood
It-
true
it was-
racism
it
in
was-
London.
yeah.
And it don't be towards black people.
It's-
It was
it's
towards
right.
Yeah.
It's still have the spray paint. Get out, Paki. That.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's right.
You know?
It's
Wow.
right.
So I had to use my accent, and sometimes I'll adapt the British accent at a point in time. So just try and get along with it, try and influence them and stuff like that. So while he trying on that jeans, I was like, bro, let me see how it looking. He'll open it out. He have on the jeans now. He have on the t-shirt. In my hand, I have the jacket. Just try this one with it.
It's just a matter of where you come from is about survival.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah. We wrap it, we starting to get into the wrap up of the show here now.
Yeah.
All right. Driving it into a certain light again. In terms of your where people could reach you. All right. Especially there might be some desperate housewives /
Just please reach out. I am Sultan right now.
yes.
If he's salting,
If he's sorting in what we are,
what
you sort mine.
What going on with the non-selects, boy?
Okay, so listen. That topic that we just walked into, we had no choice. We get there. Is a quick one. You're wrapping it
That's
up,
okay.
right?
That's okay.
We could go to them and call him a select member of
I
society.
select. Yes, I select.
I appreciate
Yeah, as
it.
a select member of society.
An ugly guy.
We try to bring the point home to women that they're playing on easy mode, right? When it's an attraction game. They might think, even though he's one of the better looking, that he's getting real girls coming at him. As opposed to an average woman who just have a normal...
Everybody down in their DM.
Yeah.
Hundreds of DMs over a span of time. Always deal with the perception versus the reality.
So the perception is, number one, nah, he too good looking. He into himself, he gay. We gotta start off there. Nobody's take care. Any man that's take care of himself so well, he hair on point, he this on point, the way he dressing, he body this, boom, he gay. Next thing, if he not gay, he's a player. Right?
Damn.
He's a
What wrong
player.
with- what wrong
Why?
with that?
He only care about, looking how he looking and I'm
Yeah.
sure the way how he'll talk to women or whatever is just for a quick fix he looking for. That's one of the perceptions. Next perception is if they don't really know about you, or I'm sure he probably have a girlfriend or something, and if he trying to talk to me, he hiding she. Right? So that's some of the perceptions I just had to kind of survive it out here.
Yeah, yeah.
So then, just trying to get away from that perception is just like, I let you know straight, this is who I am. Because I don't want to have anything to lose. You understand? And I have plenty to lose. How I view it is, if you get on the wrong side of some chick out here,
Yeah, yeah. Emotional aggression. Yeah.
you ever hear about when a woman scorn?
Yeah.
Hell, I had no fury.
You understand?
Smart man.
So I let you know straight what's the scene going on in my life. Whether if I talking to one person, whether if I talking to no person, whether if we want to say sleeping with somebody,
Because you have a lot to lose.
right? I letting you know straight. But I am also going to have to now test my own waters to know if you are someone I would even want to consider having a friendship with. Because just having a conversation with somebody could lead to other people's perception of, boom, them together.
So we're going to pay on the hot seat here, right?
Yeah.
One question before you go. Trinidadian woman or American woman?
You see, I don't want to... Anyway.
He answered the question already. You didn't realize.
A Trinidadian woman
Yeah.
in America.
American Trini.
I said this comment before, for some reason, you see, Canada does breed Trinidad women better than Trinidad.
Understood.
There's manufactured, like when you find out that you have Trini roots, it's be like, oh, a Guyanese girl in Canada?
Yeah.
He didn't give my guy as the option, huh? But I just saying.
No, Guyana have them is like a hidden gem.
I didn't
like,
know.
It's like,
I
the,
did
it's
not
like the
know.
Wakanda of women.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Guyanese woman.
In Canada.
In Canada.
In Canada. Every wet thing for Caribana was
There we
Guyanese.
have it. There we have it. Ladies
Anyway,
and gentlemen. We have
Final. Oh, I had to do my final words.
Hit him up. Hit him up, Scotty.
Well, don't worry, ladies. He's out of your league. We're still here for you. He's way out of your league.
We'll catch you if you fall.
We'll catch you if you.
Right. You know, we always say, do good every time, good will follow, right? Is your boy Mr. Bazie.
Suvi Ramsuk.
Toolman. At Toolman.
And we out.
Thank you.